Israel, we're gonna start out here. This word is for everybody. You know, the people world call them Negro, colored, black. You know, whites, Caucasians who are believers, and any other nation who wants to hear all what God says about death. It's for you. It's gonna heal your minds and heal your body. It's gonna do something for you if you listen to it. Bible says those we have to those the saints we have to continue in the Word of God, and those who hear us will be saved. If we want to be saved, we have to continue in it. I can't quit. I have to continue abiding in God's Word. And if you listen to all what God says, what it's doing for all of us, it'll do for you. You see, and it will save you as well as us. Okay. We're going to start right here. We can pick it up in Genesis 21:16. That's where it starts. What the mouth and voice of God says about death. Part 1. Genesis 21:16. And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bowshot. For she said, Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him, and lifted up her voice and wept. Genesis 44:34. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me? Lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come on my father. Job 31:29. If I rejoice at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him. Psalms 116:3. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell got hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow. Genesis 24:67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. 1 Thessalonians 4:13. But I would not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Genesis 25:11. And it came to pass, after the death of Abraham, that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Lahairoi. Genesis 26:11. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that toucheth his mother or his wife shall surely be put to death. Genesis 26:18. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. Genesis 21:31. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because there they swear both of them. Genesis 27:2. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Luke 12:19. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for my years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. James 4:14. Where ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. Genesis 27:7. Bring me venison, and take me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord, before my death. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word, death. Genesis 27:10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. Genesis 48:15. And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life along unto this day. Exodus 10:17. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only. Job 34:31. Surely it is meet to be said unto God, I have borne chastisement, I will not offend any more. Exodus 19:12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely be put to death. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word death. I hope the knocking noise is not annoying to you. That's what they do when I end the word in the neighborhood. Hebrews 12:20. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word death. Hebrews 12:20. For they could not endure that which was commanded. And if so much as a beast touch the mountain, it shall be stoned, or thrust through with a dart. Exodus 21:12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death. Numbers 35:30. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. 1 Timothy 5:19. Against an elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. Hebrews 10:28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Revelation 11:3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word death. Matthew 26:52. Then said Jesus unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Genesis 9:6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. 1 Corinthians 11:7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. Genesis 1:26. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word death. Ephesians 4:24. And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. James 3:9. Therewith blessed we God, even the Father, and therewith cursed we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Lamentations 3:26. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Hebrews 12:3. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Hebrews 12:4. Ye have not yet rested unto blood. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Exodus 21:15. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Genesis 37:36. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word death. Exodus 21:17. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Mark 7:10. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. Let him die the death. Exodus 21:17. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Mark 7:10. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. Exodus 21:17. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Exodus 21:29. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in time past, and it hath been testified to his owner, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death. Exodus 22:19. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. Exodus 31:14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Numbers 15:35. And the Lord said unto Moses, The man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. Galatians 3:5. He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Corinthians 3:8. How shall not the ministration of the Spirit be rather glorious? Galatians 3:5. He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? 2 Corinthians 3:8. How shall not the ministration of the Spirit be rather glorious? Galatians 3:5. He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Acts 7:58. And cast him out of the city, and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul. Leviticus 24:16. And he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well as the stranger, as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord, shall be put to death. Exodus 31:15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Exodus 35:2. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Leviticus 16:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word, death. Leviticus 19:20. And whosoever lieth carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid, betrothed to an husband, and not at all redeemed, nor freedom given her, she shall be scourged. They shall not be put to death, because she was not free. Leviticus 20:2. Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. Leviticus 20:9. For every one that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word, death. Leviticus 20:10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Leviticus 20:11. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Leviticus 20:12. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's Leviticus 20:13. That's for the homosexuals and the sodomites and the pedophiles. Leviticus 20:15. What the mouth and voice of God says about his word, death. We're gonna break off right there at 20 minutes.